medicine before? Bai or something. Very common, yeah. Anyway, I've got a terrible cold. What do you have any advice for me?
I drink more water. Yeah.
Okay. So sorry, could you say drink? Do you think it's better to drink this or to drink water? Take what?
Take medicine.
Take medicine?
Yeah, take medicine with water.
Okay, so your advice to me is, sorry, we've got take medicine. Anything else?
And eat some ginger.
Some ginger. Okay.
And sleep.
Take
You
rest.
will have a lot of rest.
Take rest.
Ginger. What was that one? Take rest.
Have rest.
Have a rest. Okay.
Have a rest.
I know I'm coughing. I know I've got a bad cold. Any other advice?
Put the feet in the warm water.
What now? Okay. Put your feet in hot water. Okay. The screen doesn't work. I don't know if you can see that. Can you, what do you think's just happened in this photo? Can you take a look and speak with your partner? What do you think is happening here? Take a look and speak with your partner. All right. So what? Excuse me. What do you think happened in the photo then?
Maybe talk about what's wrong with you. Maybe
Yeah.
you're sick.
Right. Okay. So we're talking. So actually, what happened was
Yeah.
Simon was.
Eating soup.
Yeah, that's right. He was eating soup. And what do you think I did?
Oh.
Yeah. Where did I cough?
You have that.
On his soup. Yeah. Very bad table manners. Yeah. Very bad table manners. So, can you guess what do you think Simon said to me after I coughed on his soup? Can you guess?
It's courteous to cover your mouth.
Oh. Good. Okay. So instead of courteous, we'd probably just say that's not a wrong word, but we'd probably say it's good manners.
You should go to home to have a good rest.
Okay. So what is that? He's giving me
Okay.
advice. Okay. So what I want you to do is listen for what, how many pieces of advice do Simon and Jenny give me, and what do I think?
Whoa,
Sorry.
Ross, that was all over my noodles.
Oh, sorry, man.
Are you
Sorry about
okay?
that. I've got a bit of a cold and feel awful.
All right. Why don't you go to hospital?
I don't want to get, I don't have my insurance card with me, and
yeah.
I've got class to teach this afternoon, so yeah, that's not going to happen.
Why don't you drink hot water?
Oh, that Chinese medicine stuff doesn't work. I'm not going to do that.
You could try just buying some medicine from the pharmacy.
Well, the problem with that is I don't have my passport with me, and I tried to buy medicine there before, and yeah, they wouldn't sell it to me without ID or a Shinfenjin or something.
Huh, I never heard of that. So you need to take a passport to buy medicine these days?
Yeah, apparently.
Okay. Well, I've got my passport on me. How about I'll just go there and buy it for you?
All right, cool. Let's do that. Thanks, Simon.
No probs.
Speak to the person next to you. How many pieces of advice, and what did I think of Simon's advice? Talk.
Suggested to buy medicine from the pharmacy.
Drink hot water.
All right. Do you want to tell me what? What did you think?
No need.
How many bits of advice did you
Well,
hear?
that's three.
Three. Okay. Only three. Okay. So did I agree or disagree? Disagree. Okay. So didn't accept that.
You to find medicine from pharmacy, and your response is you need support to buy a certain type of medicine. So Simon said that he will buy it for you.
That's right. So Simon bought me this. All right. Yeah. So you're going to listen again to the conversation between me and Simon and Jenny. This half of the room here. So all the way from Carol up to Vivian. I want you to listen and write down how do they give me advice, or how do they make suggestions. Okay, so for example, earlier, Angela said, you should, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So you have to write down the way they give suggestions. All the way from Kitty over to Cece, I want you to write down how I respond to the suggestions. So might go, I say, oh, great idea. Or I might say, oh, that's a terrible idea. Okay? So you guys are writing down what they say, you're writing down what I say. Do you have to write down every word?
No.
No. Okay, just those bits. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, can you compare your answers with a person sitting next to you, just for 2 minutes? Tell you what, why don't you join these guys? Did you get finished?
Yeah.
How many did you get?
4.
4? 3? That's good. How about you guys? How many did you get?
4.
4. So you got 4 responses and you got 4 ways of giving advice. So what I'd like you to do next is one person who found advice, find one person who found the responses, and tell the person what you found. Okay? Real simple. So we need to stand up, find someone who was listening for something else, and write down what the different ways were. Let's try hands, yeah. Stand here. All right, have a seat. Let's go through them.
No, for the last one, all right. Okay, cool.
Do you want to swap? No. All right. So you can tell me one of the ways that Simon or Jenny gave me advice.
Why don't you?
Yeah.
Why don't you?
That's right. Advice. And then what happens next? What comes after this?
Get out work. Get out work.
Get out of work. Was it?
Why
No?
don't you get off work?
Get off work. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you?
I thought it was why don't you go to the hospital? Wasn't
Why
it?
don't you?
No? Anyway, I think it's a verb here, right?
Yeah, hospital. Yeah.
Verb is get.
Go to the hospital.
So why don't you do something?
Yeah.
Why don't you?
So, can someone read this for me?
Why don't you?
Why don't you?
Yeah, but when we say these together, what does it sound like?
Why don't you? Why don't you?
So one at a time, David?
Don't you?
Don't chew. So it could be don't chew, right?
Don't you?
So this could be a ch sound here, right? So why don't you? Or what I think Simon said was just why don't you?
Why don't you?
Yeah. So no. T. You want to try that together? Why don't you?
Why
Why don't you?
Great.
Why don't you?
All right. All right. Any more?
You need to do something. You need to do
Did
something.
someone say that? You need to?
You can.
You can try? Did we say that?
You should.
You should. I thought it was you could just try.
You could just try.
You could just try. Just try. Blah, blah, blah. So, can someone read this one for me? Who would like to volunteer?
Try doing
You could
something.
just try.
You could just try. Okay. You could just try. Okay. So remember, you don't need to say two here. You can just say you could just try.
Just
Just
try.
try.
So try this. Try.
Try.
Just try.
Just try.
You could just try.
You could just try.
You could just try.
You could just try.
Again. Try.
Try.
You have to clap though. Try.
Try.
You're not clapping. Put down your pens. Show me your hands. Okay. Try.
Try.
Just try.
Just try.
You could just try.
You could just
So this
try.
is advice about what? What was this advice all related to?
Ear, you think.
Yeah, it was related to my cold. Yeah. What are some other things you might get advice on? You might ask for advice on. Lots of things. Go on, so tell me one.
Problem in your life.
The job.
Good. Okay, so work. Yeah, your job. So let's do your job here. Good. Anything else?
Relationship.
Great. Those are the first two I thought of. What I'd like you to do is, in a second, stand up, and it's up to you. If you would like to ask someone for advice on your
Relationship.
then stand here. If you want advice on
Job?
stand here. And if you want to ask people for advice about your kids' education, go over there. Can you think of some phrases to give advice that you might use? Hands?
Why do I?
Great.
How about?
Good. All right, great. So, stand up. I'll give you 5 minutes to talk. Ask for some advice. All right, have a seat.
I have a duty,
Yeah.
responsibility to take care of them.
Okay, so before I tell you what I thought, with the person next to you, how many of these did you use and why? Okay, so tell the person next to you.
I think most of you use the white one.
I always have.
All right, sounds
That's helpful.
Were there some that you did use and some that you didn't use?
It's gonna to happen.
Which one was that, David?
That's not gonna to happen.
That's not going to happen.
I didn't use it. I never use it.
Never use that. So why not?
Someone give me some suggestion. I think I respond this because it's not. It's a little implied. I think.
Maybe. I think it's quite a strong way of saying it, but I don't think it's necessarily
Maybe again.
impolite. If you said that's a stupid idea, that would be impolite. But I think if you say that's not going to happen, remember it's why don't you? Why don't you?
Why don't you?
Why don't you? Much easier to say than saying why don't you? Why don't you? Okay. So here's some things that I heard. You should.
You should, yeah.
Is you should wrong or right?
Right.
Right. Okay. So what's the difference between you should and I don't know? How about what's the difference? Good. Okay. So this one's much stronger, I think, isn't it?
Should, yeah.
Than this one. What about this? Maybe you can. To me, I don't know if I'm wrong. This sounds very Chinglishy to me. Yeah. Maybe I think could and should are probably better than can. I think. I'm not saying it's wrong, but to me it sounds a little bit Chinglishy. Yeah. So be careful with that. Cece's almost said this great phrase. You meant you said comfortable zone. So can you explain what that is?
When the people stay in a company or in a team, in long time, the boss will think, if you stay there, you will enjoy there, and the challenge is less, and they will encourage you to do more adventure or mention things. They will say, okay, don't stay in the comfortable zone long time.
Okay, so if you said you don't do anything adventurous, for example. So fantastic. It's not comfortable, it's comfort. Comfort zone. But it's great. So you can say to someone, you should get out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
Okay, comfort zone.
So, can anyone guess why did I come to China to be an English teacher?
To leave your comfort zone.
So to get out, do you think there's other people here that could give you useful advice on learning English? Great. So, I'll give you 2 minutes. Can you write down at least 2 or 3 areas of your English that you would like advice on? And then you can go and ask other people. Okay, did you all write down at least 1 or at least 2 parts of English? Yeah? Good. So, I'd like you to stand up, speak to at least 4 people, and try and get some good advice on how to improve parts of your English. Okay? You ready? Stand up. Go.
Listening, because I don't have too much advice, but I do have some advice. Thank you. Very last topic.
So, when you ask someone for advice, can anyone correct this for me? How I can?
improve? How can I improve?
How can I?
Yeah, how can I
How can I? Improve? Good.
Expand my vocabulary. Expand.
Oh, expand, yeah, okay. What's the difference between improve and expand?
Vocabulary is expand.
Numbers.
It's
Okay.
not improve.
Wow.
Improve means the quality, but expand is the quantity.
Okay. Well, I guess you can do both with vocabulary, right? You could maybe learn more words or you could learn more about, but that's a good point. You could say improve or expand. Well, but this one, sometimes you can to read.
No two.
You can read.
Can you change this using one of these?
Why don't
You could just
Yeah, Cece?
Why don't you read more?
So you're going to do the same thing again, but this time try and use this form and try to use more of these. Okay? Because like I was saying earlier, we don't really use can very much, and should is very, very direct.
Direct.
Okay? So try using some more of these and speak to someone different. Okay? Go. Same thing again, speak to someone different, do it better. Go. Good. So here I've got 5 sentences that you said. Some of them are right, some of them less right, some of them are wrong. With the person next to you, try to tell me which ones are wrong and how can you correct them.
Try.
Alright, let's hear your answers. What about this first one?
Right?
You think that's right? You've got a lot of vocabulary.
Yes, I think it's right.
Is it countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Can you say vocabularies?
Separate.
No, I think it's uncountable. We'd probably say you've got
Loss.
yes, sorry, could you say that again? Olive.
Large.
large.
Large. Large.
What are large?
Yeah, because it's one thing, right? Huge. Yeah, so you've got huge, gigantic.
Oh.
So that's okay.
Alright, good. So these are things that you said at the end, right? These are things that you said at the start. Does anyone have some advice for me now on what I should do with my cold? Katie, come on, give me a break. I have people watching.
Why don't you go to sleep?
Thank you, James. I would do that, but I have to work. But I might do that later.
Yeah.
Any other suggestions for me?
How about you do your dot?
I might do that after work. Good. All right. Thank you for advice from my. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
See you later. Bye-bye.